The 2018 construction season for the North Dakota Department of Transportation consisted of approximately 225 projects totaling approximately $370 million of work on infrastructure improvement projects across the state. Department construction and maintenance crews worked hard to accomplish many projects that help provide a roadway network that is vital to the economic prosperity of our state. Because of investments like these and the work of our dedicated employees, motorists are seeing better ride quality, increased capacity for traffic, improved bridges, and safer roadways. In the Fargo District, the late winter meant a quick transition into the construction season.
So we kind of went from snow plowing to road construction in about 6 days, so it was a very interesting spring for us.
Fargo District worked on 25 construction projects with 3 major urban projects in the Fargo metro area. According to Kevin Gorder, former assistant district engineer in Fargo, the sheer volume of traffic and locations hitting in the heart of communities was a huge challenge this past year.
The one we're standing on here is Cheyenne Street. It's a complete reconstruct of the I-94 and Cheyenne Street interchange in West Fargo. It includes a mile of urban roadway to the south. It's about a $42 million project over 2 years to reconstruct this entire area. So a huge challenge. We're dealing with not only a river along one side of it, an interchange, but we have a diversion that we're dealing with for the West Fargo diversion and a mile of roadway and all the associated utilities.
The largest Fargo District project is on Cheyenne Street in West Fargo. The project includes a new interchange design that eliminates conflict points for motorists. This modified single-point interchange has never been used before in North Dakota. Crews have also been working on a University Avenue project just north of I-94 on 10th Street on the north side of downtown. Both projects are on major connecting routes and will have a major impact on the Fargo community. Jason Fisher, assistant district engineer in Dickinson, says this past construction season their district worked on about 23 projects totaling $21 million.
The biggest project we have this year is on Highway 8. It's located north of Richardson. It's around 30 miles long, consists of paving, there's some box culvert work, some structural plate pipe work, and some turn lanes that we're putting in up there along with some approach flattenings for safety reasons.
Fisher says along with road construction comes some challenges.
One of the biggest challenges that we've faced this year is getting the big loads through our construction zones. We have a lot of bridge deck overlay projects this year on some of our major routes, and getting wide loads through them with the oil field traffic and wind tower traffic has been a challenge.
In the western part of the state, the Williston District was busy working on 30 projects totaling about $85 million, says Assistant District Engineer Bill Gathman.
One of the bigger projects we're working on this construction season is in the Newtown area. It's actually the Newtown Northwest Truck Reliever Route. It's actually a 2-year project that happens to run through the golf course and the existing clubhouse. So what we're doing in 2018 is we are building 3 new holes in the golf course and the road to the north of the existing golf course, and working on the clubhouse. So then once those 3 holes become playable, the golf course will move into their new location, play the new course, and then in 2019 we will work on the south half of the project.
The district is also working hard to promote safety in their work zones with the use of newer technology to help bring awareness in the wake of the implementation of the Vision Zero initiative, a multi-agency effort to continually work towards zero motor vehicle fatalities and serious injuries on North Dakota roads.
Yeah, we're implementing the use of portable rumble strips this year on our at any flagging stations. I guess that should hopefully bring awareness to the motorists that something is coming up in front of them.
In the Minot District, crews worked on 37 projects totaling about $80 million, and engineering team leader Chad Biggs says along with 170 miles of chip seal projects and a major slide repair, the district is finishing up a couple of 2-year-long projects this season.
We're on our 2nd year of a Broadway viaduct project, which is the one that's happening behind me. Currently we're replacing the southbound lanes. And at the end of this job it'll be one large structure. We also are in the 2nd year of our West Bypass project, where we are currently working on a structure there as well over the Souris River.
In November, DOT and city officials held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the completion of the $21 million Broadway Bridge in Minot. Biggs says he hopes the traveling public appreciates the efforts made by the DOT to make our transportation infrastructure something to be proud of.
Well, the traveling public, we hope that they would still continue to perceive the roads of North Dakota are some of the best in the U.S. And then that they also see that their tax dollars are going to good work in a constructive manner.
The Valley City District also kept busy with 24 projects totaling about $35 million. Assistant District Engineer Nathan Holland says their projects should be well received by the public.
We got two more major projects. One of them is on I-94 eastbound lanes. That is between Crystal Springs and Cleveland, and that is a crack and seat with a stone matrix asphalt going on. Our other project is our slide repair on interstate on the westbound lanes at exit 290, where they'll be drilling in 285 concrete anchors.
As for safety, Holland says they are still willing to try new techniques to make work zones safer for everyone.
You know, like on the slide when it was the test project, it was in Little Yellowstone, so it was in a valley, and it's known a high truck route. And we actually put message boards up on each side of the hill on top to warn semis that there's road construction at the bottom, so they weren't trying to drive really fast going down the hill to make it up the other side. And then when they got close to the work zone, we had the portable rumble strips with all the signage, and it worked very well.
In the Bismarck District, staff are busy with 10 to 15 major projects throughout the south central portion of the state.
Well, one of the most major ones that we worked on is here, Highway 3 from Steele North to Tuttle. That's a major rehab widening. This is probably the largest project we had this summer. Aside from that, this is a widening with an asphalt overlay. There was two other widening projects on Highway 200, both of them totaling about 30 miles total of both of them. So we had for a total of about 50 miles of widening with the HPP this summer in those three projects. Those are the major ones.
The Bismarck District is always keeping safety at the forefront, and according to Hoff, they have incorporated this subject in their daily operations.
But bigger than that, we look for those trends. We work very close with the central office, and we look for those trends and patterns where maybe there's some higher crash locations, and what can we do to try to alleviate some of those, maybe some of those deficiencies that are out there and make them more safe for the traveling public.
Staff were busy in the Devils Lake District as well, with 19 projects totaling 180 miles of construction work.
We have a full depth reclamation and widening project on Highway 281 from the junction of 52 to near Minnewacan. We also have two sliver widening projects on Highway 3 south of Rugby and Highway 30 north of Maddox. We're also finishing up our railroad bridge overpass on Highway 20 you can see behind us.
While projects went smoothly for the most part, Biggs emphasizes the need for motorists to pay attention when driving through work zones with a simple message.
Stay safe, stay alert, and hang up the phone.
Paying attention while driving through a work zone is important as there are people and equipment located directly adjacent to the roadway and there is no room for error. Grand Forks District had their hands full with nearly 40 projects this year, including carryover projects from 2017 and the Kennedy Bridge on US 2 over the Red River, which Grand Forks oversaw the construction for, even though it was a MnDOT project. One of the major projects for the Grand Forks District was the Port of Entry Canadian border crossing at Pembina, according to Assistant District Engineer Ed Pavlish.
Truck bypass at the Canadian border. It's intended to provide lanes for the truck traffic going into onto the Canadian side.
After much planning and cooperation with the Canadian officials, this project was completed in 2018 and a ribbon-cutting event was held on October 23rd.
The expansion of the Pembina border crossing was necessary as it serves as the fourth largest port of entry between the U.S. and Canada based in terms of trade value.
Further south on the same corridor, Grand Forks District put forth a unique CPR centerline repair job on 9.3 miles of I-29 north of Grand Forks this year. They cut out 2 feet on each side of the centerline joint and replaced it with new rebar and fresh concrete.
As I understand, that's probably the longest stretch where that's been utilized in the United States.
Consistent with looking at improving our current processes, the district also utilized some new methods into their urban projects.
We're going to be using intelligent compaction and thermal imaging on our Washington project to try and capture real-time data and get a broad view of how the rollers and the density turns out in an urban setting.
Grand Forks District implemented the use of e-ticketing on 5 of their projects this past season. Combined with the 4 Devil's Lake projects also using e-ticketing, this technology was used on approximately 270 tons of mix. The construction industry is constantly changing, and Grand Forks District is vigilantly watching for new ways to add innovation into their processes for quality, efficiency, and of course, safety.
We are always open to suggestions and new methods. If there's something out there that we see, we'll certainly look into implementing it, and whatever will provide a safe environment for the traveling public and our workers. So we're always looking to see what's out there.
Even though there is still snow on the ground, a lot of planning is taking place to pave the way for the 2019 construction season. Thanks to everyone who has had a hand in shaping the future of transportation in North Dakota.